What do you say to people who say you're sexist? Or do they say that?
I have very few people that say that. Because the things that I talk about help women too.
Explain that. How many of your viewers are women?
That's a good question.
Percentage.
I would say roughly 10%.
Okay, I believe that. Why do the women thank you? This is a really important point. Well, first of all, before we go here, are there any male feminists? What do you say when a man walks up to you and says, I'm a feminist?
What do I say of a man? I think he's probably playing the white knight game. He's trying to get laid. That's what he's trying to do.
Explain that.
Well, I think he's trying to pretend that he cares more about the issue that he has no familiarity with. Right? He's not a woman, so he doesn't know. And then if he can get on their side and get under their good grace, then maybe he'll get some action.
Or maybe he's been told by all of the
by women
of society. Yeah, by women, or that's the common narrative these days,
right, that
this has to happen and this has to happen and you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. It's not really by just women anymore, is it? It's kind
no. But why would somebody think that about themselves? You know, like if you came up to me, for example, and said, I'm a feminist, I'd say, well, have you impoverished women? Have you pushed them down? Have you taken advantage of them? What would you say? No, of course not. Then you're not. Right? You're not part of the problem. I just think that's a little bit of a white knight game. I think it's somebody trying to get on their good graces for reasons that I'm sure we're all familiar with.
Yeah, that, or they've just bought into the narrative.
Right.
That it's, it's the world we live in to a certain extent, right? I mean, it's one of the reasons maybe you're not sending your kids to school, or...
Oh, the softening of society.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big reason why. Because I want to be able to know what my kids are learning, especially when they're young. Now look, when they're older and they get out into the environment, they go visit the wide world and they see and have all these experiences, I want them to have a base of virtues and knowledge and thinking that I help foster so they can measure everything else against. I don't need anybody else indoctrinating my children into philosophies I don't agree with.